What's up, YouTube? Frank Avalon here.
Tom Miller here.
Today we're going to be talking about 5 things we wish we knew as teenagers.
So starting this list off of things that I wish I knew in my teens was simply not caring what people think. Kids like all around the country get caught up in, how others perceive them, especially in high school with all the different cliques and niches, across school. So definitely one thing that I really wish I knew was, just be yourself 100%. It's going to take you a lot further in life and you're going to be really comfortable in your own skin. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but I feel like it's definitely important for people to hear, especially those still in high school, those still in college. Just be yourself, and it's definitely gonna pay off.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And just from personal experience, a lot of times when people try to be something they're not, you could kind of tell. And also a lot of times when they are trying to do that, they're actually coming off like less cool. And it's just like I would rather them be themselves, and I enjoyed their company better when they're acting like themselves.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like if everybody's themselves all the time, all those cliques and all those different niches like across school or in your neighborhood, they're gonna form themselves, and like you're gonna end up around people that you actually want to be around. So I think that's definitely really important. It's something I wish I could.
Something I wish I knew on the same topic was like, you don't need to just hang out with like the kids that your other friends hang out with. Like you could, it's actually funny, in high school me and him actually didn't even hang out. We were kind of just in like different crowds and didn't get to know each other until after high school. And now I don't even hang out with like a lot of the kids I did in high school, and I hang out with kids that I met after, just like him. I wish I would have known that back then, so I could have kind of explored like other friends rather than just ones that did sports that I did or liked hobbies that I liked and stuff like that. All right, number 2 on the list is something that a lot of people aren't going to agree with, but I gotta say it because for me it's a huge thing and it actually changed my life. I wish I would have known about the benefits of a vegan diet when I was a teenager. A couple of years ago, I was having like serious stomach pain for probably 2 years straight, like every day, to the point where it was like almost unbearable. And this one kid I knew actually was like, hey, you should try like a vegan diet. He said that he heard meat and cheese and stuff like that is very hard to digest and it could cause stomach problems, stuff like that. So I gave it a try, did my research, and it wound up being the best decision I ever made, especially in regards to health. And like I just wish that more people would give it a try and realize that it's not just like a fad, and it's not just to like save the animals, even though that is a good benefit as well. But there's a lot of benefits that like I got to experience just personally that had nothing to do with the environment, had nothing to do with animals and stuff like that, even though that stuff's great as well.
All right, coming in at number 3 on the list of things that I wish I knew early in my teens or my later teens is the benefit of establishing your credit and your credit score early on. Now for me, I actually didn't apply for a credit card until after I graduated college, and by then, I was 22 years old, and I wasn't approved right away for a typical credit card. And now, working full time and stuff like that, if you're looking to, purchase a car or even, down the line purchase a house, establishing credit early on and being really responsible with it goes a long way. Now, for me, I have, a year or 2 of playing catch up to try to, bring my credit score up, as well as, establish a long length of credit, which, lenders often look at when, providing you a loan. So I think if you can be responsible with it, and manage your money well and treat the credit card as cash, then I think you'll definitely benefit from that early on in your 20s, or whenever it comes time to buy a car, or one day down the line purchase a house. Especially if you're interested really in getting into real estate early on,
Yeah.
It's actually crucial to establish good, responsible credit early on.
For sure. I mean, the amount of doors that having credit early on open up for you is just crazy. Like from getting a car loan without spending the extra interest, getting a mortgage, to even getting a credit card in general, it's just like crazy. Like it's better to just start when you're young. Like for me, I was lucky enough to actually get one when I was 18, and just even like when we compare each other's like stuff going on, like it really did help me a little bit just to have that under my belt, have those extra years, and like I was able to do stuff a little bit sooner just because I had that going on. And it really is sad. Like we know people who like are like pushing 30 and still don't have one and stuff like that, and then when they go to buy a house or buy a car that they can't pay for outright, it's going to be that's when they're going to run into the problems.
Yeah, definitely. And especially too, I mean, we touched upon like the interest and stuff. It's really, you'll be doing yourself a huge favor with the money you're going to save down the line if you establish good credit early on and treat it just like regular money. Don't go out and, just because you have a $10,000 credit limit, spend all the money. You really just need to, treat it as cash and, just put like groceries or gas and stuff like that. It definitely goes a long way.
Yeah, that's definitely a safe way to go about it. That's actually what I did. Like when I first got a credit card, I strictly just used it for gas when I was getting the hang of it, just to like know that, okay, like this is for gas. I'm gonna know I'm not gonna spend that much money per month, and then I pay it off in full at the end of the month, and you're good to go. And now you'll build up a higher credit limit, which is cool, just in case you need to do stuff later that requires a higher limit. I've saved money on car loans because of that, and now getting into real estate and stuff like that, it's going to help me tremendously when I get a low interest rate, because when you're spending that much money like on a loan, it really starts to add up just to get a hair better interest rate. So it's crucial.
Yeah, even like a percentage or even like a half percentage difference over the course of a mortgage over 30 years, that's a huge amount of money for sure.
Now for number 4, I'm going to be talking about something that I really wish I knew even a couple years ago, because I did not know up until it's not that I didn't know, but I didn't actually implement it up until this year specifically, is you really want to surround yourself with people that are at least on your same wavelength or higher motivation level, or higher success kind of, because when you surround yourself with a bunch of people that are doing worse than you or more lazy than you, or just not people that you want to be like, it's basically you're gonna wind up being just like them. And you always hear those quotes, and I can't even sleep at night when I start thinking about it. They say, if you surround yourself with 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. And the same goes for the opposite. Surround yourself with 9 rich people, and you'll be the 10th. And this year, I'm really trying to focus on that, and already the benefits are just insane. Even from each other, we're always trying to improve ourselves and stuff, and he'll find out a lot of cool stuff that he'll pass on to me, and the same vice versa. And it really helps to be hanging out with people that are at least motivated as much as you. It doesn't have to necessarily be success and money and stuff like that, because that's not the only thing that matters, but you want to hang out with good people. And when you start hanging out with people that are getting in trouble, or not working, or just hanging out, slacking off, you kind of start to rationalize and think oh, my buddies are doing it, I'm fine, I could do it too. But the good thing is, when you chill with people that are more successful, more driven, more motivated, more responsible, the opposite starts happening. You start to think, wow, I need to catch up to these guys, or if these guys are working this much, I need to work this much. If these guys are making this much, I need to make this much. If these guys are saving this much, I need to save this much. And it also gives you more motivation too, because you start to see how real it can be. You hang out with a bunch of people, and you never thought it was possible to get a Lamborghini or something like that, and you surround yourself with people that are thinking Lamborghinis and supercars and stuff like that are normal. You kind of start to think you know what, these guys are doing it, why can't I? What's the difference between me and him, or me and her, or something like that. So it's just crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely having the right mentality, and being in that right mindset to be driven and successful goes so far. More than, until you have that mindset, it goes farther than you can honestly ever imagine. Being in the right group of people, you definitely feed off of each other, ideas and just overall drive, and it's really just a good experience.
All right, guys, coming in at number 5 is going to be don't sweat the small stuff. For me, this is something that I still do, that I want to work on, but it is hard. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but I'm the type of person that kind of gets worried or stressed about stuff that really doesn't matter in the long run, and it's had a little negative impact on me, when just realizing later, you look back and you say wow, I was really worried about that, it doesn't even matter. And so it is hard to do though, because at the time it feels it's so important. But another thing I've seen on from other motivational speakers and stuff like that is they say project yourself 5 years from now, and try to look back on right now and think like, is this gonna matter? And like, even if it does, like, is it really that big of a deal? And when you start putting stuff in perspective like that, it's crazy. You start to realize like, all right, like, does it really matter? Like for example, if you're in high school and, you know, 1 week you just couldn't get that paper done correctly, you couldn't get 100 on that paper, like, I mean, school matters and stuff, but you know, you don't have to like cry about it and like that you got like a B or you got a C. Like it's not that big of a deal, guys. Like,
yeah, seriously. I mean, it definitely seems important at the time. Obviously, you know, you want to do well and, you know, kill it and, you know, be successful. But, you know, if you just do the best you can do and like that's all you can do, I mean, that's it. You know, just, you know, accept that and realize that a lot of small things really don't matter. And like you just said too, you know, I still get worked up about small things and I know I shouldn't. And so it's definitely something I wish I knew in my 20s and I'm still working on implementing, or I wish I knew in my teens and I'm still working on implementing now in my 20s for sure.
all right, you guys, that wraps it up for today. And if you guys did like the video, please like, subscribe, and share it to friends. And if you guys want to hear more on the same topic, we actually did another video on his page. We're gonna put the link in the description, so go check that out. We got 5 more great things that we wish we knew when we were teens, and we actually really like this topic, and we decided to do more on it. So definitely check that out, guys. Let us know what you think, and also we wanted to know what you guys think about doing the videos with both of us in it at the same time. We're having like a lot of fun doing it, and we just think it's more natural and just it's more enjoyable for us. So if you guys like it, let us know, and that'd be great.
Yeah, definitely a good experience. So,
all right.
So see you later, YouTube. Check out my channel, and I'll see you guys later.
What's on YouTube? All right. Ready, set. What is that?
So starting it off on our list of 5 things we wish we knew as teenagers is simply don't care what people think. A lot of people in high school all across the country, they get caught up in the fact that that started well.
That literally started good. Let's keep it going.
So starting off this list, one of the most important things that I wish I knew in my teens is simply not caring what other people thought. In high school, people all across the country get caught up in, you know, their impression. I can't even concentrate with the sirens, literally.
Yeah, I feel you.
Dude, I can't even think right now. I know what I want to say.
Nah, she's having fun with respect.